but right now I have Kevin Kelly and Ralph Cordova, who have efficiently used one card, not two, and so please do it. Introduce yourself and your agency.
I'm Kevin Kelly. I represent Imperial Irrigation District. I'm joined by Ralph Cordova, who is the Chief Administrative Officer of Imperial County. And thank you for the opportunity. We're not going to dominate your public comment period. We both have meetings at home, and we know that those public comments can tax the ability to follow them. So I want to thank you again. We're here under public comment to remind you of our last visit here, which was almost 6 months ago to the day. And we were here at that time to talk to you about Salton Sea. We're back for that purpose today. I've submitted on behalf of the county and IID a letter to your board along with a framework document that we think lays out a viable plan for a smaller but sustainable Salton Sea. I'm here to report to you that in the last 6 months, a couple of things have happened. One is that Natural Resources has just recently announced the appointment of an Assistant Secretary for Salton Sea Policy. And they've turned to a very able man in Bruce Wilcox. But we had frankly expected a lot more work product in these intervening 6 months than a simple announcement. The other thing that's occurred is that the Salton Sea is declining. The shoreline is receding at a much greater rate than any of the modeling could have predicted. And people can argue their respective positions as to whether that's attributable to climate or to more efficient cultural practices by our water users or to the water transfer. But the fact is that that shoreline is receding dramatically. So what I think we most want to convey to you is that when we were here last, we asked your board to match the same sort of urgency that we feel in the district about this problem here at the Capitol. You heard us out. It was clear that you shared our legitimate concerns, but then you stood down and the administration took up the mantle. We're heartened by the appointment of Mr. Wilcox, but when it comes to the resolve of the state of California to actually tackle this problem in a comprehensive way, both Mr. Cordova and I are going to be from Missouri. So I'm going to let Ralph take over here, but the thing I want to leave you with is this. The letter I've submitted asks for your board to notice and hold an oversight hearing before the end of the year. We are 6 months closer to that 2017 cliff where we all join hands and jump off together. Ralph and I want for you to help us avoid that. We think that a comprehensive, meaningful plan for the Salton Sea is achievable. We think that an incremental approach to funding makes perfect sense. But an incremental plan falls far short of the mark. In the end, this is a water reliability question that we're tackling in Southern California. These ag to urban water transfers are being relied on by water agencies throughout our region. And yet this vexing problem at the Salton Sea remains. So we're calling on your board, I'm almost done. We're calling on your board to exercise its authority and to instill this same urgency that we believed that we could entrust you with when we were last here. What this process needs is a referee and, more importantly, a timekeeper. So, Ralph, please take over.
Thank you, and I got about 0 seconds left. I can appreciate that. Again, my name is Ralph Cordo. I'm CEO for the County of Imperial, and I want to thank you for this opportunity here to speak today. I'm not going to take much of the time. I'm not going to repeat what Kevin had indicated or what Kevin had spoke to this morning, but I do want to remind this board, back in March when I was here, I spoke to this board about the impacts that the exposed ply would have on the community, on the people, on the County of Imperial. At that time, we spoke a little bit about the public health impacts. As you probably remember, we had about 8 or 10 people come up here and talk about public health, the impact that lack of action would have at the sea. We also spoke a little bit about our agricultural community down there and how our $2 billion agricultural economy would be impacted tremendously by lack of action, by exposed plaza, by the emiss of dust. It's been nearly 6 months, and quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, not much has been done. And without some clear and meaningful oversight of a plan, any plan, and some firm timelines, enforceable timelines, and if that's not done very soon, any plan out there would be difficult. It would be difficult for any plan to have success. We need to move now. We're 6 months closer to that deadline, and as Mr. Kelly indicated, that we are seeing more exposed ply out there for whatever reason it's happening. We call upon this board right now to take some action to move forward. Without that, the County of Imperial and its Air Pollution Control District will be left to enforce its air quality rules, regulations on each and every landowner in that area. It's not going to be good. We don't want to be put in that situation. We're good at it. We've done it. We have a very capable APCO down there, and we work very hard at our enforcing air quality rules. We're aggressive. We're aggressive in every respect because we have to be. Our PM10 right now, and since 2003, we've had to have a Sept plan put in place to deal with our. We were in non-attainment for PM10. So we do it. We're very aggressive down there. It's very important for us to enforce our air quality rules down there. We don't want to have to do that now. With your help, and this board can take action, with your help, we can avoid that.
Thank you. Thank you both for coming in. And as someone who is participating on a regular basis with the Drought Task Force, statewide drought Task Force, I will certainly carry your message to that group. As you mentioned, Bruce Wilcox will be starting on Monday, and we'll, at the Cali PA level, we'll be meeting with him Tuesday morning. There are a lot of meetings set up, and your plan, I've read your plan. It's quite impressive, and I hear exactly what you're saying, and I think you're right to be pushing. Thank you.
Thank you for your time today.